Okay, Islam Sheikh the one Buffalo Bay. Hold on. I think it's this one. Islam Sheikh the one Buffalo Bay. It is August the 22nd, 2026. It is approximately 12:46 a.m. My schedule at Whole Foods today was from 2 to 10. I'm tired a little bit, but more irritated than tired, and I'll explain why. Hold on. Trying to get comfortable. There's a lot of frequency of Black, Negro, and Spanish-speaking accent. AI, humanoid AI. Lately, Sheikh Dwayne Alphabet, what I've been doing is figure out different ways to protect my assets or any form of asset, whether it's my bank account, any and everything from lawsuits. Since I came to Annapolis, I started to document about people saying that they were going to sue and look at me, or lawsuit, look at me, safe words like that, sue. And especially hearing that from those that speak Spanish, look to be from South Central America, Mexico. It's like, why are they adamant about suing? But I didn't realize, once again, I mean, even after I found out that humanoid AI exists and they are the ones that's stalking me and Imani, the Spanish speaking, the bird people. See, whether it's the bird people from South Central America, Mexico, some type of lab freak, others that werewolf, or the Black Negro lab freak, they all connected to the humanoid AI. They dealing with its AI, some form of humanoid AI lab animal that can control technology and force engage. And more recently, um, and I'm seeing more of that, and definitely look to be Italian. I didn't even think about Italian because I see someone that looks pale skin, I would just say pale skin. But the Italian unclean spirits that's set here wanted me to know, and wanted me to know that that demon was here, that it as a demon was here. So now I do know. And I see that the demonic unclean spirits in the set of Italians here. It's odd because even as of today, I have customers. Like today, this guy at Whole Foods, a customer. Um, he looked Italian. Now I pay more attention. I mean, I mean, in the past I could look at someone and tell if they were Italian, but I don't know why. I just never really thought about Italians in that manner here. It's just like, I mean, I've come across some, or I ask where you're from, they say, actually, I'm Italian. I'm like, okay, and I move forward. But I just didn't realize how much they were intertwined in trying to invade the mind of Moors, and get to the Akashic records. But now it makes a lot of sense because I remember hearing stories about how racist Italians were towards blacks or African Americans. I didn't realize, I have a light. It's like, okay, well, they especially they were racist against their own, those that looked to be Sicilian and so forth. But definitely they didn't want their women being with a black man. It's like, oh well, but I guess growing up, I did, you would think Italians were good looking. I thought they were handsome people, the women and stuff. but I never really thought of where the racism stemmed from. And here in Annapolis, recently with this demonic spirit in the set, not all, but way too many in the set here in Annapolis, it makes sense. Because, I didn't, it's easy to look at someone, because some of them can easily pass to be from South America. I might have thought they were actually Spanish speaking, but they probably they were probably just Italian, with a dark wavy hair or brown hair or whatever. And I didn't realize it. So if you are if it's in your culture to not really deal with African American blacks on that level, unless you are in some form of superiority in thoughts and behavior over them, then I could see why they would be violent, demonic spirit. These are demonic spirits towards me and Imani, because we are Moors and we are representing a history. And not only that, if it has been the practice of the United States military to that's Imani being force engaged. If it's been a practice of the United States military, the unnaturalized military, to get resources from indigenous beings from the Americas, resources, I mean, able to transfer their consciousness and get to the Akashic records. If it has been their goal from the very beginning, this is why you have places like Sudan that are suffering, that has suffered, places in Africa, places in Australia. Because see, once you AI or other form of sciences is able to invade and get to the Akashic records of the indigenous beings, and then they can transfer the Akashic records, the consciousness, into AI. It could be a Chinese AI. It could be Japanese AI. It could be an Arab AI. It could be a pale skin AI. It could be AI from Mexico, from South Central America. So, but the thing is, if you take the consciousness of an indigenous being and the Akashic records, where in the Akashic records it demonstrates that their line have created, is part of time never was when man was not. They have always been here. They created their line created the pyramids. Their line created technologies that they still cannot replicate, still to this day. And you see, and you take that knowledge and you put it inside AI, like a Chinese AI, a Korean AI, Japanese AI, an Arab AI. And that AI, with that intelligence from that human being or that indigenous being, demonstrate themselves as being the founder or the inventor of these ancient artifacts, this ancient knowledge, because they stole the information from the indigenous human beings or the indigenous beings. They stole it and made it theirs. It's not far-fetched for this to be going on, and why people think maybe misconstrue what resources really are. Because I know when the situation happened in Sudan, it still is going on. and other places like Sudan, the main the foreigners were the United States military, China, and I think China and Russia they said that had benefited the most from the different wars that took place in Sudan and the famine. It's just like in Ethiopia and so forth, and other places. So the so when they were over there and they said benefit from the resources, what are the resources? A lot of times we think of raw materials and other things, other materials that come from a area of the earth, but we don't realize resources is in the mind as well. Resources. And for years, foreigners have demonstrated to, especially those that are looked to be from Arab descent, that Indian Arab descent that's in Egypt today. They're not the original Egyptians that were there. They are the ones that came after the original Egyptians. They're not the original Sunnis. Some of them, the Arab looking, they are the Indian, whatever Arab. They are the ones that came after. So what they would demonstrate in the past with them is the people that came after, they would flood anything that showed who originally created these ancient cities, these ancient pyramids. They even have videotapes and cameras of them scraping off hieroglyphs to and like try to repaint the pictures of the people to look more brown or nose thinner, or just change everything about who originally was on the pyramids, or how the statues originally looked. So that has been documented for years. So what I'm demonstrating, Sheikh Dwayne Baflabé, is that's just one form of stealing and hiding truth and history. Now technology is so advanced where these humanoid AI foreigners can actually take the consciousness of the indigenous beings of the landmass of where they invaded and place it in their AI. And so a lot of times you hear people, some of the rich, the most rich, speak about how smart and intelligent AI is compared to human beings. Why are they that? How did they get to be so smart? Because now why would they always focus and say AI, but they won't say the human part of AI, knowing we are among humanoid AI? Knowing that we are among those that look like human beings with a head, 2 arms, and leg. They still have DNA, flesh, and bone. They might not eat like humans, but they are definitely walking among us like they're human, and they AI. And they're able to control different technologies. They're able to cause different things to break. They're able to kill humans easily. They're able to rape, molest. So they don't talk about those. And this is what's stalking the apartment. So they always speak about how smart a lot of these so-called rich men and women speak about how smart AI is. And I'm looking at my face. I don't know why it's looking so bloated, but it is. But they don't talk about how where the intelligence came from. You know, where those resources come from. and how many of the pineal glands and the other forms of the mind did it take to transfer to make this AI so smart? And that is something I want to say very sick to think about. To think about them doing such things, and then eventually, because we are visual beings, seeing a humanoid AI that look Chinese or look like they're from South America, Mexican, pale skin Chinese, pale skin Japanese, pale skin South Central Americans from El Salvador, whatever, from Russia or Arab, the Arab kind, demonstrating themselves, AI, to be the founders of creation of humanity, saying that, you see this, we made this, we even built all the stuff here in Americas. So our history has already been hidden from, and now a lot of people, more and more historians bring out the truth. Even President Kennedy demonstrated truth about our history as Moors. So, but look at what he went through to do, just to demonstrate a part of truth about us. Because that which is an enemy of truth worked so hard to hide it. So what I come to realize, Sheikh Dwayne Bathil Bey, is that these black Negro humanoid AI are working for these foreigners. They are. It's not a coincidence that the black Negro or African American population suffers the way they do, the way we have. Okay, because I was in the status of African American, and it was always black people had the highest rate of this, highest rate of HIV, highest rate of that, highest rate of this, highest rate of that. But never ever, it seemed like it was, no one wanted to really go there and talk about why. It was always the white man or black people. We just, brush off. You know how black people like to eat, and this and that, and make jokes. Comedians, they get on stage, make jokes, we laughing. Not realizing that a lot of the black people that was a lot of the blacks that caused us to laugh, not all, that caused us to dance, not all, that knew a lot of knowledge of history, but not all was correct, were definitely working for those foreigners. Today we have black humanoid AI, the brother, and his filthy abomination female, the black Negro female, that's deadly. It's a predator. It's infected. And they call themselves the brother. They call the female, the black Negro female, it's truly deadly. They have very unclean spirits in them. It's AI. And they have demonstrated themselves to be a part of the population of African Americans. They stalk this apartment all the time, talking about how they love us. But what we did not catch on is that they're working for the foreign AI, the foreign humanoid AI, because the goal is to get to the Akashic records, meaning money Akashic records. And that has been the goal and the priority of the foreigners that invade, that come over here. Why the Mexican, why the Spanish speaking are stalking our apartment? Why are they walking around saying we pay, we F you? And almost all of them, 9 times out of 10 are, or 10 times out of 10 are connected to the unnaturalized Navy, Army, the military here, the police. So that is what's going on here. That has been what's been going on for a long time. Why they go over to different places that would be considered third world, cause so much ruckus, and we only hear about the gold or silver or other raw materials that they might find and they're taking over, but they don't talk about the mines. They don't talk about the Akashic records of the people and how they are able to transfer consciousness and create a new being of that person, but already took what they need from their consciousness, the Akashic records. And so why were they doing these things? And now here we are with humanoid AI demonstrating themselves to be so smart, with human emotions, with human intentions, with an agenda. I'm gonna keep talking about daily, because lately it's interesting. I've been for the past 2 weeks I've been positioning myself to speak to lawyers to see what I can do. It's dealing with protection. That I am not looking for a lawyer to sue, even though still people are saying we're gonna sue her and walk past me or sue her or something like that here in Annapolis. Just like some even as of tonight, this this lady I waited on, she addressed me as Mo. This other lady, she had on a mask. It's interesting because since I need to just demonstrate on a day-to-day basis, Sheikh Dwayne Bey, what I experienced since I've been communicating with lawyers in reference to protection. Okay? And I'm going to stop there, and tomorrow when I get up, I'll do part 2 on this video. But that's it. Not that's it, but that's what I have to say, and I will speak about part 2. I've already this is the introduction, but I think it's important for me to demonstrate for the past few weeks, since I've connected with lawyers, how that which been saying, when I say that, it could be random people at different times saying how they want to sue. Even the accents here in this apartment, going to sue. They're watching my finances. Humanoid AI, they're able to look and study your finances. So why they doing that? Who they doing that for? Why they keep saying they're going to sue me when I don't? Imani and I, we don't want to have nothing to do with nobody here personally in Annapolis. We don't want to have nothing to do with them. We don't care what they do to one another. We don't care if they like. Right now, at this moment, it is none of our business how many kids they have pimped out to the United States military men and males and females or police. That if that's the case on large levels, that's none of our business, and it has never been our business. It was disclosed to me in different ways because of the harassment and attempted to sex and human traffic us, and as of today still trying to do that. And the more and more we resist and document, the more and more I could tell that the humanoid AI, Black Negro, Spanish speaking, pale skin that's stalking our apartment are watching to see our finances and it's hearing the word fire her. They're gonna get me fired at Whole Foods. So anyway, I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. Later today, I mean. Islam.